Hey guys, I hope you're well. I'm going to do a video today about fat loss, nutrition. It's a bit of a carry on from the sustainable nutrition video I did, and it is really kind of looking at the fundamentals, the real things that we need to be considering if we are going to be consistently dropping body fat and improving the shape of our bodies and the health of our bodies. Okay, and it's really important to me to get this message across because it is so easy in the current status of the world where we are so connected with more and more information, whether it be social media, just searching for anything through Google or anything like that, YouTube, off the TV. We are bombarded with so much different opinions, many different ideas on the best way to lose body fat and produce a physique you can be proud of. And it really annoys me when the situation becomes so confusing for so many people because it doesn't need to be that way. If we take ourselves back to the science and the things that have been proven over time, these are the things that we need to be concerning ourselves with. And if we keep ourselves aligned with these proven methods that aren't fancy, they aren't brand new, they're things that have been working for years and years and years. And for many people, they don't like that because they're looking for the new thing. The new thing must be better than the old thing, where in this instance it is not that way. And I'll show you in this little short presentation that I'm going to take you through on the main areas that we need to be working on. And if we can stay within these parameters that I'm going to talk to you about, we are going to make progress. Now, that progress might be over a certain amount of time, and that amount of time will differ from person to person depending on their starting points, their current level of health, past injuries, stress levels, rest and recovery, how well they sleep, those kind of things. But it always comes back to this, okay? Yes, the time might differ from person to person for reaching their goals, but if we're able to implement these things I'm going to take you through, you will make steady progress. So I have devised this pyramid, and this pyramid really shows you the importance and what really counts. And we always need to start at the bottom of the pyramid. Why? Because it's the biggest, it's got the most mass area, and it is calories in versus calories out. Now, if we can, this is very simple, if we can get into a calorie deficit, so that means we have got less calories going into what we are burning, we are going to lose weight. And for us, more importantly, we're going to lose body fat because we're going to build your nutrition up in a particular way. We're not burning just weight, which means from anything, including muscle mass, but we're going to set it up where we're going to be our primary weight loss is going to be coming from our fat loss. If we can get into a calorie deficit, only just a slight calorie deficit because we want steady, maintainable fat loss, we need this initially, okay? This is where we need, this is important, this is the main thing we need to look at doing. And obviously we need to be able to do this consistently over a period of time. Not just for 2-3 days through the week and then it's spilling over, but consistently staying in a calorie deficit. Above that, not as important, but still very important, macronutrients and food quality. We need to be working towards that 75 to 80% of singular ingredient foods, good quality foods from a range of proteins, carbohydrates, natural fats and fibers, such as your veg and fruit. Okay, and obviously from each person we'll go through what that macronutrient breakdown is, but the bulk of our food needs to come come from good quality foods. And we're looking for that 75 to 80%, allowing ourselves, that last 20-15% to have something that we really enjoy when we know we're in a good place for that. Then moving up to the macronutrient breakdown, and this is what we're talking about: certain amount of protein intake, carbohydrate intake, and fat intake. If we're having far too much of one thing, then this is going to have a detrimental effect on our ability to lose steady body fat, and this might need to be adjusted. Okay, but for most people, definitely on in the early stages, to lose body fat, this isn't so much of a necessarily as, say, let's say the calorie surplus, calorie deficit right at the bottom there, but it's then something that we need to start to be aware of and start shooting towards. Then above that is meal timing, and this is just being, having health as a forefront runner for this, being aware that we need to support our health and how meal timing can help that, but also how can we support our training and our ability to perform our daily lives, going to work, days off with the family. Placing your meals in a particular timing order is going to be really helpful for you, so why not do that? So I'm breakfast is an essential, but I feel that it's really important just through the well-being and the health of that particular person going into a very busy and stressful day. I think having a lunch and an evening meal is great, and supporting and recovering from an evening training session. So we need to look at that and address that. Above that, we have hydration, staying hydrated, drinking water, making sure that we're not in a dehydrated state, because we're not going to be able to perform, let alone in the gym, but let alone out there just doing our day-to-day tasks. And then right at the top, we've got supplements. And for most people as a whole, if we're getting the other things right, so let's say we're getting a macronutrients, we've got good quality food, we're getting a right amount of macronutrient breakdown, proteins, fats, carbs, meal timings are good, this is good, we're going to be in a great place. We might not necessarily need supplementation. We might look at like a multivitamin and a probiotic for some gut health, possibly some fish oil in there if we're not getting enough fish in. But on the whole, most people don't even need to start looking at supplementation. Okay, I hope that's put it into perspective on what really is important, and really kind of taken away all the confusion of all the other stuff that you can come across in terms of, how is the apparent best way to lose weight. And if we can apply these things in this particular order, you're going to be on the right track. Okay, so ways to become consistent with your nutrition. This is a massive one, and this is something that I felt needs to be a part of this presentation, because this is one that people struggle with. And again, it does not need to be so difficult that people make out. There isn't an issue. People can find the time at some point in the week where they can prepare some meals. They can do a bulk cook. They can get a load of chicken breasts. They can make them really, really flavoursome, add spices and herbs and things to them, put a little bit of oil over them and whack them in the oven. You've then got a load of chicken breasts for the week. You can use a wide variety of foods, from protein, fats and carbs. There's so many different varieties, not just chicken for your protein intake, but turkey, red meat, fish, eggs, all those different kinds of things. Make your meals interesting and flavoursome. Nothing like just eating boring food. I wouldn't just eat chicken and broccoli. I wouldn't expect anyone else to. So implementing recipe ideas, there's hundreds and hundreds of cookbooks out there that you can get ideas from. We give you ideas also, and playing around with it and making it suit your what you like and what you enjoy to eat. Have options for meals and snacks. So what I say to most people, particularly in the early stages, is get 2 or 3 options for a breakfast, 2 or 3 for a lunch, 2 or 3 for an evening meal, and possibly a couple for a snack. Some people might like to bring a shake in, a healthy shake or some sorts, because it's easy. Have a couple of options for that. And these things are really going to help you stay consistent and sustain your nutritional needs. But this one at the top here, prepare your meals. Just prepping your proteins on a Sunday. And just putting them in the fridge, or boxing up some salads and things like that, and just having it to hand and ready to go is such a game changer. Unstructured and social events. Again, this is a massive one that people can struggle with, and it can really derail you. So you may have been doing great from Monday to Friday, and then that Saturday you go out to an event, you've seen loads of friends, family, and you lose sight on what you want, and you just say yes to everything, and you've spilled over massively over on your calories. And then that goes into the Sunday because you can't recover because you don't feel great, blah, blah, blah. And then we have to start all over again. So here are a few things that can really, really help. First of all, if you know you're going to a social event, make yourself aware. Remind yourself of what is your why and why it means so much to you. This is very, very important, because if someone approaches you and gives you an option, you're in a much stronger mental position to say, well, hold on, no, that's not going to support me here. I have a real reason why I need to stay on track. And this can really, really help. So remind yourselves of your why. Making better choices. So when you're out, it doesn't mean that you can't go out. It doesn't mean that you can't enjoy yourself when you're out, but making a better choice, the best possible choice at that time. So if you're going out to a restaurant, what's the best choice for you to enjoy something, but is going to still support you? Ask and you shall receive. So the reason why I wrote this down was really, if you want to manipulate a meal, you just ask for a certain change, for an alternative. Ask the people at the restaurant, or can you change this for me? And they will do that. Most likely they will do that. So ask and try and change things wherever possible. Control food quantity. So it's so easy to again be out and see the foods that we enjoy and overindulge and overeat. Try and keep the quantity of food controlled. So if we're going out for a Chinese or a curry or something like that, we don't need the naan bread. We don't need that extras that's coming out with it. We don't need that. We can enjoy it ourselves and what we want to eat, instead of going, well, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have this, and I'm going to have this. Just control the quantity of food. And then the other one is restrict the times you go off plan. And then this is something, particularly in the early stages, what highlight it throughout the week when it is that you're going to go out and have an off-plan meal. All right. And I'm pretty sure if you were to write that down in your diary, you'll be, wow, there's quite a few times there. I can restrict that down to this time and this time. That's going to bring your calories down massively. So just start looking at the amount of times that you're going off plan, and can you make that any better? Okay. And I like that, like I said at the bottom here, always ask yourself this one question. This really helps me, I know for a fact. Ask yourself this question: is it supporting me and my goals? And it's a very clear answer most of the time. It's either a yes or a no. Okay, now, so you might be asking yourself, well, when should I be able to retreat myself? I can't possibly just stay on plan forever. And no, we don't expect you to. All right, and I like to break this down, having worked with many people over the past years and years of when it is best to place a treat meal, if we want to call it that. Within those first 1 to 4, 6 weeks, depending on your starting place, this is a time where you need to start embedding new habits. It's a time where you really need to devote time and effort to what you truly want. And I'm not going to lie to you here. These first 1 to 4, 6 weeks are really important, and something that you really need to get a hold of your lifestyle, your nutrition, your health, your training, and really give it everything you have. So what I would do is I would highlight your up and coming social events and plan around them accordingly. Not do them, but actually prepare yourself for them. You'll know they're coming up and what are the best possible decisions you can make around them. Okay? When we start working in towards weeks 6 to 9, this is a stage where new habits should be bedded in, your lifestyle has changed, you're making progress, and only when I and you, most important, you say, right, I'm so happy with my results. I'm continually making progress. I know I can go out and I can have something that to really I really enjoy, and I know after that I'm going to get back on it and I'm going to be fine. It's not going to derail me for 2, 3, 4 days. I'm going to be able to enjoy it and get back on and keep going. This is a great place to be, and that's the place and time where we can go out and treat ourselves on something that we really enjoy. Okay, and that's how I just break that down, guys. So those first 1 to 6 weeks, something like that, give it everything you have, build up new habits, build on successes, and keep pushing. And then let's look what you look like in weeks 6 to 9. And between us, do you feel you'll be able to control and treat yourself and get back on it mentally, physically? All right, guys. Hope that's been helpful. Something that I, really believe in that can be pulled off. It can be sustainable. It's really healthy, and I hope it's really kind of taken the need to go out and find the next best thing. There is no next best thing. Usually what happens is people just create and mimics things that have come around before, and it's pretty much of the sameness. But if we can apply these very basic things consistently, without doubt we are going to make progress. All right, so hope it's been helpful. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.